So, Edu's position at Forest is now officially under threat. Welcome to your Breaking Forest news. Hi guys, hope you're doing well and welcome to your latest Breaking Forest news. Coming up, we're going to talk about the latest reports about Edu potentially about to be axed out of Forest. Maybe some of you rejoicing, maybe ants crying in a corner. Let me know your thoughts about it as we get into it. Please, while you're there giving your thoughts, don't forget to hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed as well. If you're new to Forest Fan TV, don't forget to check out OK Jerseys. And oh, look at this. I love this Juve top, Zidane style. Go check out OK Jerseys, football jerseys, 15 quid. Use code FFTV for 8% off. Okay, let's get into this and let's get talking about Edu. Now, we've been talking about this all week. Who's to blame at Forest? Most of you guys have said Marinakis in the poll. A lot of you have said Edu. I think even those of you who have said Edu would grant that by default Marinakis is the one who's appointed him. Therefore, technically, indirectly, the blame would lie at Marinakis. And is Marinakis about to rectify his Edu mistake? What I will say is there's so much crap going around right now before this big game, El Crapico, as I'm calling it, tomorrow against West Ham, from both the West Ham side and the Forest side. I don't think any of this stuff is helping either team to sort their crap out when it comes onto the pitch tomorrow evening. So I don't like this in the first place. I don't like the timing of it. It's kind of, if Edu goes, cool, I don't really care. As far as I'm concerned, as I've said plenty of times, I didn't want Dyche. He put his name to the paperwork to say that he is the face of the Dyche signing. You can do one along with Sirianos for all I care. But let's get into this article. Now, I've had a quick skim read through it, but this is a paywalled one. Sorted you guys out. Big up to me. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you've hit the like button. I think there's a lot of gumph in it, but we'll get into the meat of it. So it says here in Telegraph, Edu's job's under threat at Forest. Global head of football influence over signings faces scrutiny as 4-match losing run takes the club near to the relegation zone in chaotic season. So it's from John Percy. I'm going to skip through. There's so much fluff in this article, so I'm going to skip through a lot of it. So Edu, 47, was appointed in July on a lucrative contract worth over $3 million a year, and club owner Marinakis, is that all he's getting paid? Interesting. Was keen to use the Brazilian's experience to develop his portfolio of clubs. Edu will oversee all football relation functions, including recruitment, performance, squad strategy, and player development. Yet Edu's presence is still proving a continuous issue behind the scenes, even after Nuno's exit, which some sources claimed had placed his role in question. So this is a key bit. This underlines, remember when we broke it to you about the Traore and the beef and everything else? This is now making the frontline pages, so keep up with us, why don't you? Nuno is barely on speaking terms with Edu, and it was the breakdown which ultimately viewed as the major contributory factor behind his dismissal in September. The pair clashed shortly into the season over a number of issues, including transfers, and the rift was never repaired. Forest are currently 17th in the Premier League table, blah, blah, blah. Nuno is now under severe pressure with West Ham ahead of a pivotal game against Forest on Tuesday night. He departed Forest just after 3 games, blah, blah, blah. I think everybody at the club should be together, but this is not the reality, he said before he exit. Edu is believed to have pushed the signings of Douglas Luiz, Hutchinson, while Nuno and the recruitment team wanted alternative players. There's this name again. Adama Traore was one target who Nuno implored the club to sign during the pre-season camp in Portugal. Traore is close to a reunion now with Nuno. What is his obsession with him? And then it goes on and it says that Hutchinson has come out and said Nuno didn't even speak to him, which is absolutely crazy. Douglas Luiz, the former Villa man, has struggled with injuries after his arrival, but will sign permanently for over 20 million if he makes at least 15 league appearances over 45 minutes. Edu was also influential of the signing of, that's a sackable offence in itself. Number 35. Number 35's loan has also been disrupted by injury, which means he's only started 1 league game under Dyche. There's no recall clause. No! Oh my God, that's bigger news. That's bigger news than the Edu stuff. We're stuck with 35 for the rest of the season. Anyway, then it goes on to talk about Callum Owendo. Edu is expected to attend Tuesday's game at the London Stadium. Maybe he can just stare Nuno out. Maybe he can put Nuno off. That might be our best chance. Marinakis wanted Edu to expand the portfolio of his other clubs. Edu was one of the invincibles. I told you there's a lot of fluff in this. After completing a period of gardening leave, he was appointed by Forest shortly before the start of the season. We know he was working in the background anyway. With Forest in danger of relegation to the Championship, the appointment of Edu and Nuno's acrimonious, God, that's a big word, exit seemed intrinsically linked. And that's it. So he's put out a complete fluff article. Now, I like John Percy, but there's nothing in there to say that Edu has 2 games left, or he's going at the end of the season, or Forest are looking for a replacement, or anything like that. So I find that article very, very fluffy. And do I believe that Edu is going to go? I'm honestly not convinced. I think... Look, Marinakis has got rid of, let's just call him backroom staffers, plenty of times. High up or lower down. He's done it. We've seen Spiderhead come in and come out and back in and all that as well, right? So Marinakis has no qualms about sacking anyone, irrespective of how senior they are in the club. I just don't think he's ready to let the Edu project go. I think he saw what he did at Arsenal and he liked it. I still go back to the fact that the Arsenal fans don't rant and rave about him, and none of them would take him back. And for me, like I feel, and from people I've spoken to, there is animosity towards Edu behind the scenes. I really get that impression at Forest. And I just think, at the end of the day, if it fixes it to get rid of him, whether or not he's going to do the greatest job ever at Forest, if there's going to be all this friction around Edu and what he's doing and how he's operating and how he's maybe treating people and all this stuff, Marinakis for me needs to get rid. I'm sorry, Ant, but the sum of the greater good is more than the individual, whatever the saying is. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not worth it. It's too much politics going on. Edu isn't a unique person. There are plenty of other people that Marinakis could get in to do the job that he wanted Edu to do. What I will say is I still don't think that recruitment is that bad. Okay, you've got Hutchinson. All of you pretty much, from what I hear, like Hutchinson. Douglas Luiz, we all know, is a good player. It's the injury issue. I think it's absolutely criminal that Nuno didn't speak to Hutchinson in his time at Forest. That is pathetic from Nuno. And this is why anyone who is backing Nuno in the Nuno versus Edu argument, you just have to look at what he's doing at West Ham right now. The exact same things are happening. Again, it's around Adama Traore. He's throwing his toys out the pram. He wants Adama Traore. He literally signed a striker because he said Callum Wilson can't play 90 minutes. They got the striker in for a stupid price, a striker no one's heard of. He then benches him because they rushed him to get him signed before the registration date of their game against Wolves. He benches him, and suddenly Callum Wilson had the ability to play 90 minutes. Like, I think Nuno is trying to get himself sacked from West Ham right now as well. And I think a lot of West Ham fans would agree with my kind of statement there. So Nuno had to go. Nuno would have ended up being a pure virus as well. But that doesn't mean Edu is right and the right person. This is a mess. There's too many egos. There's too much politics right now going on at Forest. And I think you need the scorched earth approach. Get them all out. Get rid of Edu. Nuno's done. Get rid of Dyche. Get rid of Sirianos. I mean, he can't. I think Sirianos has a 20% stake in Forest. But start again. Start again. And do it properly this time. Because it's getting so messy. So do I think Edu is on the verge of going, as John Percy's saying? Well, based on his article, no, not really. But can I see a scenario where Edu is going to leave? I think he goes at the end of the season. I think that's when we see him go. I think there's too much friction right now. As long as Forest survive, I think either way he's gone. If Forest go down, he's definitely first out the door because he'll protect his own interests. But let's have a look. My guess is, and it's only a guess, he goes at the end of the season. But would you guys get rid now? Let me know in the comments below. All right, we'll see you on the next video. Make sure you check out the sponsors, OK Jerseys. Use code FFTV for 8% off. Please like, please subscribe. Come on, you Reds.